In this class we will learn about irrational numbers or irrationality of the numbers. Already you know what are irrational numbers. What are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers cannot be written in the form of p by q. Irrational numbers cannot be written in the form of these numbers. Cannot be written in the form of p by q. Cannot be written in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. Opposite to irrational numbers, there are rational numbers. Those numbers can be written in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. For example for irrational numbers, root 2. If root 2, the value of root 2 is 1.145, etc. These numbers, after decimal point, these numbers will not repeat in the same order. So these are non-repeating numbers. And they will not end, they will go up to infinity. So those are non-terminating numbers. Irrational numbers are non-repeating and irrational numbers are non-terminating numbers. These numbers, for example, root 3 is also irrational number. Root 5 is also irrational number. For example, if there is a root 9, then this is the perfect square. Then we have a square number as 3. Square root of 9 is equal to 3. 3 is a rational number. Is a rational number because 3 by 1 is equal to p by q. This can be written, 3 can be written in the form of p by q, where p is equal to 3 and q is equal to 1. The condition was q is not equal to 0. Here q is 1. 1 is not equal to 0. Root 9 is rational number. This is the simple knowledge about irrational numbers. By using this knowledge, we have to study or we have to prove one theorem, that is irrationality theorem. Theorem says that p is a prime number. Let p is a prime number if p divides a square, then p divides a. P divides a, where a is a positive number or positive integer. Your theorem says let p is a prime number. If p divides a square, then p also divides a, where a is a positive number. Here we know that by fundamental theorem of arithmetic, by the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. You already know that the fundamental theorem says product of the number can be written in the form of product of primes. the form of product of prime numbers. Let us say P1, P2, P3 as the prime numbers. P1, P2, P3 are the prime numbers. We can write this positive number in the form of product of prime numbers. Product of prime numbers up to Pn. They have given that here we can write where P1, P2, P3 up to Pn are prime numbers. Or prime factors. This factorization is unique. So they have given P divides A square. If P divides A square, P divides A square. By using A is equal to P1 into P2, P3 up to Pn, we have to write A square. That is P1 into P2 up to Pn into the same thing, A into A we are doing, P1 up to Pn. This can be written as P1 square, P2 square up to Pn square. These are the product of the primes, and A square can be written as in the form of product of prime numbers. A square is equal to P square, P1 square, P2 square up to Pn square. We have to write that P is a prime number or any prime from P1 square, P2 square up to Pn square. Then P divides the thing A square or P divides A square. This A square is our number, positive number. Where A is a positive number, then A square is also the positive of that number. P divides A square. This implies P divides A. This implies P divides A square implies P divides A. This is the proof of the theorem. Let P is a prime number. Here P was a prime number, and if P divides A square, here P divides A square, then P can also divide A. P can also divide A, where A is a positive integer. This is the theorem of rational numbers. With the help of this theorem, we have to prove the rationality of the number or irrationality of the given number. For example, we have to prove root 2 is irrational. Root 2 is irrational. To prove root 2 is irrational, we have to assume that root 2 is rational. We have to assume that root 2 is rational. This is our assumption. Root 2 is, we are assuming that root 2 is a rational number. Or in example, I already told you that root 2 was irrational. But to prove root 2 is irrational, we have to first this method is from contradiction method. So by contrary, root 2 is rational number. If root 2 is rational number, this can be written in the form of product of prime numbers. Root 2 is equal to A by B. A and B are positive numbers, and also they are co-prime. A and B are co-prime. Co-prime means those prime numbers can divisible by or both are having same prime factors. A and B are co-prime. Here we will take B this side. Squaring on both sides. What we will get? A square is equal to 2b square. A square is equal to 2b square. Root 2 into root 2, 2. B into b square. Then here a square is divisible by 2b square. This implies that a square divides here 2 divides a square. We already know the theorem that p divides a square. If p divides a square, then p also can divide a. So 2 divides a. Let a is equal to 2c. Take a is equal to 2c. Here also squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides will gives you a square is equal to 2c whole square. Here we already know that a square is equal to 2b square. And this 2c whole square will come as 4c square. Here b square is equal to, if we divide this by 2, then we will get b square is equal to 2c square. Now b square divides 2c square, and we can write this as, here we have written 2 divides b square, and by the theorem we can write 2 also can divide b. This was contradiction for our assumption. Root 2 is rational. This was our assumption. This is wrong. So here we have to write our assumption is wrong. Root 2 is irrational. Root 2 is irrational. While proving root 2 is irrational, we have to apply previous theorem, that is, let p is a prime number and p divides a square. If p divides a square, then p also can divide a, where a is a positive number. Here root 2 can be written in the form of a by b, where a and b are two integers. Those are co-prime numbers, and a can be written as root 2b, and squaring can be done both the sides, and we will get a square is equal to 2b square. Here 2 divides a square, then by applying that theorem we can also get that 2 divides a. If we apply a irrational theorem for these numbers, then here only we will get the idea of irrational number. And again, to say about b, we have to take a is equal to 2c, and here we have to follow the same methods. A square is equal to 2c whole square. A square is equal to, we know already, a square is equal to 2b square. 2b square is equal to 4c square. By dividing by 2, b square is equal to 2c square. 2 divides b square and 2 divides b. Our assumption was wrong because we assumed that root 2 is a rational number. Here we got root 2 is a irrational number. In the same way, we have to prove root 3 is irrational number. Root 3 is irrational number. Root 3 is irrational. Already we know that the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. PKTs, we know that. We know that the number can be expressed as in the product of prime numbers, where A and B are co-prime. Here also same, A is equal to root 3b, A square is equal to 3b square. This here we will do squaring. By squaring A is equal to root 3b, we will get A square is equal to 3b square. 3 divides A square. 3 divides A. This is by theorem. 3 divides A square. That implies 3 divides A. Again we have to take A is equal to root 3c. Squaring on both sides. A square is equal to 3c square. Here A square we know 3b square. Here we will get by dividing 3, b square is equal to 3c square. 3 divides b square. If we apply that theorem, that is 3 divides a square, that implies 3 divides a, that will give you 3 divides b. Here our assumption is wrong because we took root 3 as a rational number. That is irrational number. Root 3 is irrational number. Where irrational number is non-terminating, non-repeating number. We have to follow the same method for root 3 and root 2. In the exercise 1.3, first question is root 5 that you solve on your own by having this knowledge. Root 3 and root 2 can give you the idea to solve. Root 5 is irrational number.